Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Committee on Special Rules. Our first presenter, Chair Lady Silcox, if you'll come on up. How you doing today?
I am doing well.
Good.
It's so funny you would ask me that, Mitchell, since
we're
the chairman sits next to me.
All right. This is House Bill 955. Tell us what LC number you're working off of.
LC 461336.
Okay, thank you very much, and we'll allow you to present your bill.
Thank you so much. This bill was brought to me by Michael Cowan, actually, and several constituents that are active in the Native Plant Society. And it's been quite an odyssey because it's been a 2-year process, but I've learned a lot about native plants. And the biggest thing is there's just been such a misconception about our state flower because everybody thought that the Cherokee rose was from Georgia. The Cherokee rose is from China. And so we did have some objections that we have overcome. There were some concerns, for example, that the Native American people would be concerned about this bill. And so we were able to get with the tribal councils and get a letter from them stating that they were fine. In fact, they were in support of the Sweet Bay Magnolia because they've had, it's native to Georgia, and it's they've had a relationship with that plant because it's been here for probably 2,000 years, which is great. And then the other objection was there were some objections in the Senate about that it might cost us a lot of money in the renovation of the Capitol because there were so many pieces of furniture, carpeting, other things around the Capitol that had the Cherokee rose. And so Michael Cowan was kind enough to bring their executive director, and we took a tour with Chairman Brass. And that idea was completely dispelled because all the different flowers around the Capitol have different amounts of petals and are not all the Cherokee rose. So we were delighted. And I'll let Michael Cowan speak a little bit about our handout.
It sure sounds like you've done your due diligence on this. So, Mr. Cowan, if you would.
Yep. So the Native Plant Society, obviously, we have a mission to champion all of our native plants and their habitats. And I think what most people don't realize is, this bill in and of itself isn't necessarily about one flower. It is so we hope to get a broader appreciation of the general public about why native plants are so important. And what most people don't realize is you rely on native plants to actually have any healthy ecosystem, because plants are the one organism that can take the energy from the sun and actually transfer it to the rest of the ecosystem. No other ones can do that. And they do that either through photosynthesis, obviously, so non-native plants can photosynthesize. But the insect relationship, which the rest of the ecosystem relies on to get that energy because they eat them, there's a host-plant relationship, and 90% of insects will only lay their eggs on native plants that are their host plants. So when we bring in all of these foreign or invasive plants, they do nothing for the actual food web. And most people don't realize that, and so that's why we think, even though this one, it is symbolic, of course, we think it's very important, not only because in 1916, when it was made the state flower, it was for obviously what we know now were wrong reasons, but it is, hopefully it'll get the attention and people will start thinking of why native plants are so important.
Okay, any questions for Chair Lady Silcox or Mr. McGowan? Okay, number 12, Representative or Chairman Chokas.
Yeah, so we're going to eliminate the Cherokee rose from being the official flower,
Correct.
and we're going to replace it with the Sweet Bay Magnolia.
Which, if you look at your handout, which you might have in
I
front of you.
understand that, but what about all the textbooks and everything in the school system that has Cherokee rose on all that?
Well, And it's so great that you would bring that up, Chairman Chokas, because the most precious thing that I've received in this whole thing was I got this huge batch of letters from third graders who had heard about this bill and didn't know the importance of native plants. And so I see this as a huge opportunity to help educate children about native plants by switching the state flower. The sweet bay magnolia was chosen specifically because it grows in all the zones in Georgia, and from an economic development and business standpoint, it's really great because all the landscape architect people love this plant. It's a beautiful, like very normal sized tree, and if I get to present it on the House floor, I'll have some pictures, but it's a very manageable size. It would look beautiful in anyone's yard. And the great thing is that it attracts specifically our pollinator, or our state butterfly, which is the eastern tiger swallowtail butterfly. Which is just a magnificent butterfly. But this is really exciting. I mean, even the Department of Agriculture, they have gotten behind this with us, and we just keep getting endorsements. Our latest endorsement was from
Well, the Urban Ag Council and the Georgia Conservancy and Birds Georgia, in addition to the Indian councils.
So they are very enthusiastic about this because we have been losing so much farmland, unfortunately, to data centers, right? We are losing the opportunity to plant native plants and have more pollinators so that we have enough pollinators for our crops to grow. So I welcome these minor changes in the textbooks at the schools because I do think this is such an important lesson for the next generation of our Georgians to know about.
Okay, may I follow up?
Yes.
Okay, what is the designation for the Cherokee Rose? Is it our native plant or just our state flower?
It is not a native plant. It was brought here from China.
No, what is the title for the Cherokee Rose? Is it?
The state flower,
Okay,
the state floral emblem.
okay. Yet you want to call it the Georgia native plant.
No, I want to call it the sweet bay magnolia.
I know that, but you want to make, what I'm asking is, could we do both? Is basically, could we name the sweet bay magnolia the Georgia native plant rather than the Georgia, whatever the Cherokee Rose is called?
I think that would destroy the mission, seriously, Chairman Chokas, because the whole idea is to have an opportunity to teach people about native plants. It's really a superior selection, in my opinion. I don't want to plant something from China in my yard. And you look at kudzu and ivy,
No,
English ivy.
I'm not
all those things are so
disagreeing with you.
destructive.
I'm
Mhm.
just saying, it seems to me that they're two different. That one's the native.
I
one's
don't
the
know
Georgia
of a
flower.
state that has two floral emblems in the whole country.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, number 15.
I think you mentioned it, but I didn't completely understand. What is the Agriculture Department's stance on this?
They are in favor of this, absolutely, because again, it's going to help the farmers. If you're in favor of the farmers, you should be for this bill because this will help them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions from the committee? Seeing none, what is the pleasure of the committee? Oh, excuse me, 16.
I recommend do pass.
Okay, we have a motion to do pass. Do I hear a second? Second from Representative Campbell. All in favor of House Bill 955 LC 461336 as written, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, off to rules.
Thank you,
very
Mr.
much.
Chairman. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yes. Okay, Representative Moore, if you'll come on around to the podium, please, ma'am. What bill is that? Okay, Representative Moore, this is a bill that ran through this committee last year, is that correct?
That's correct.
And what we heard, we vetted the bill pretty good last time, and any changes in the bill or anything that we need to know about?
There are no changes. People are still eating collard greens here in the state of Georgia.
I had some
The
last
only
night.
real change this year is that we have a new collard green queen sitting in the audience. And I have brought with us today the owner of our Collard Green Festival here in Georgia, who represents a small 1/10 of a percentage of the National Collard Green Growers of America and a certified bona fide farmer of collard greens. It's the only thing that really changed. I'd like to, since I prepared so well, I'd like to throw a few facts in there. I know you all were really excited about the pot liquor, and in the north where I'm from, it's called pot liquor. But we gonna call it pot liquor because we're in the south. But I wanted to just bring up the fact that agriculture, of course, I'm sure you all know, that contributes approximately $83.6 billion as of 2025 annually to Georgia's economy. And that this was according to a study at UGA Center for Agribusiness and Economic Development. So I don't know if y'all want to hear about all that, but
Well, we've already heard we vetted your bill, so I don't think we need to hear any more testimony, other than we need to change a date.
from 25 to 26.
Yes, ma'am. And so we will do that, or we'll get rules to do it either one, but we'll get it changed from July 25 to July
right.
26, okay?
The other thing that did change in the world of collard greens is the young lady that I had designated in 2021 as the youngest farmer in the state of Georgia, Kendall Ray Johnson.
That's awesome.
She is now the National Urban Agriculture Youth Ambassador, and we kicked it off here in Georgia with our Agriculture Commissioner
Okay.
here. So now she is nationwide.
Okay,
We are repping collard greens all over the place. Anybody have any questions?
okay, Representative 16, Griffin?
Mr. Chair, I move that we send this to rules.
Okay, you making a motion to pass?
Yes, do
Okay.
pass.
Do I hear a second? Okay, we got a motion and a second. Okay, we have a motion to pass and a second. All in favor of House Bill 65 LC 442911, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, the bill passes on the rules.
Eat more greens.
Eat more greens, there you go. Thank y'all very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be at a pause here for a few minutes until we get another member here. We don't actually have a quorum right now. Chairman Chokest had to go to another meeting, so we're going to hang on just a couple of minutes and see if we get somebody to show up. Thank you. That's okay, no problem. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We now have a quorum. Our next presenter will be Representative Eric Bell. If you'll come on up to the podium, Representative Bell. Okay, Mr. Representative, is there any change to the bill that we heard in a committee last week?
No, sir.
Okay,
Substitute had last week.
okay,
From the bill.
okay. Yeah, sorry.
No, there's no changes from the bill from last week, sir.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we vetted the bill last week in a committee hearing meeting. And what is the pleasure of the committee?
Mr. Chair, I guess I'm in the hot seat today.
Okay,
I move
Representative
do pass.
Okay, Representative Griffin has a motion to pass. Okay. Number 5.
Mr. Chairman, I was going to ask
Okay.
for a question, if I
Okay,
may.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We vetted it last week, but I'll still allow you to ask the question if you want to.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Bell, did we not have a conversation and I said to you that mango habanero is the better flavor?
Yes, ma'am. Indeed, the representative said that, and we spoke about the geographic and cultural ties of mango habanero and decided that lemon pepper had a culinary and a cultural heritage connection to Georgia.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you
Mr.
for your
Chairman.
question.
Okay, we have a motion.
We
to
also agreed that lemon pepper sprinkles on mango habanero makes it a lot better.
I hear you. Okay, and thank you for the wings the other day that you brought to the ante room. Thank you very much.
No
Okay, we
problem,
have a
Chairman.
motion do pass. Do I hear a second? Second. We have a second. All in favor of passing House Bill 1013, say aye. All opposed? Okay, the ayes have it. Off the rules. Thank
I
you
would like
very
to
much.
thank you, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
and the Special Rules Committee. I greatly appreciate it, and so does Georgia's small business, farmers, and agriculture community. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Anytime.
Representative Ford, didn't you say you had to go to another committee? Yes. Okay, if you'll come on up, we'll try to get yours completed. Okay, Representative Ford, if you'll tell us about your House Bill 1310 and tell us what LC number you're running from.
Okay, I'm on LC 600287,
Okay?
and this bill just makes cotton the official fabric of Georgia. Couldn't believe this hasn't been done yet. This is just talking about the economic impact that cotton has on our state. We're the second leading cotton producing state in the nation behind Texas, and just the health benefits. Right now, we're talking about microplastics all the time, and that how harmful it is to our body. And so I'm just trying to highlight the positive effects that wearing a natural fiber has, because microplastics leave behind plastic in our water that end up in our body. And so just trying to kind of highlight that. And I've seen a lot of stuff, we talk about microplastics in the bottles we drink and stuff, but we don't think about what we're wearing. And only 20% of what we wear now is natural fibers. So like wool, linen, cotton. So just trying to draw more attention to that. And Georgia grows a lot of cotton, and we've got a lot of infrastructure around cotton. And I'd just like to I think we need to do this.
Okay, thank you, Representative Ford. Didn't you tell me that this is something y'all renew each year with the naming cotton? Did you say
No,
that?
this would be not, no, this would not be something we would do each year.
Okay, I got you. Okay. All right, any questions from the committee? Okay. Anybody here to speak on the bill? Did you bring anybody with you?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, Representative Campbell.
I'd like to put a motion do pass.
Okay, we have a motion to pass. Do we have a second? We have a second. Okay, and we have a motion to pass and a second on House Bill, what was the number on that? 1310, LC 600287. What is the will of the committee? If you all want to pass this bill on the rules, just say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, off to rules.
Thank you, Chairman. I appreciate your support.
Thank you. Okay, Representative Robert Dawson, come on up. And where's your bill? Okay, Representative Dawson, this is House Bill 1167, is that correct?
Yes.
Would you tell us your LC number that you're operating from?
Yeah, working from LC 650026.
Okay, tell us about your bill.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm here to request your consideration of Sleep Health Awareness Act. The primary intent of the legislation is to amend Title I and Title 31 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated to establish an annual Sleep Health Awareness Week, and to encourage the Department of Public Health to integrate sleep hygiene into existing wellness frameworks. The bill is intended as an awareness and advocacy measure, does not contain any regulatory mandates or fiscal appropriations. It's the second week of March, Daylight Savings Week would be the week for that designation. And I gave you all a handout. We have a letter of support from the Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies Coalition of Georgia, then also just a recent Wall Street Journal article on the importance of sleep and what happens to your brain when you don't get enough sleep. But there are essentially 7 health impacts to good sleep. Neurocognitive development, memory, studying for youth. Then for doctors and nurses, it's important, you know, if you're in a medical residency, you end up staying up 24 hours a day. A lot of those guys leave the job and they get in an accident because they're not getting enough sleep. Also important for our workforce, economic development, public safety transportation, for chronic disease prevention, mental health and suicide prevention, also maternal and infant health. So I think it's important. No country, no city, no state, no government has ever done this. So I really would like us to see Georgia become the thought leader in this area of sleep health advocacy. And a funny story, I got the idea for this bill while I was pulling an all-nighter, of all things, you know. So, but seriously, a very important thing. There's a lot of academic and scientific research in the field. So I think it's something that we can lead on and make Georgia, put Georgia at the vanguard of good public health.
It looks like you've done your homework on this bill, and we appreciate the handout that you brought to
Thank you.
the committee today. And Did you bring anybody with you to speak or to the bill?
Not today. I talked with American Heart Association. They're supporting, and even this year, that first week of March, we're going to have tables out and a lot of sleep health and hygiene awareness. The mothers will be out here as well. So, but no one to speak today.
I need some help getting sleep at night myself.
Amen, amen. I was talking to one of the lobbyists, and he said that he goes to Trip Martin was saying that he goes to someone for sleep. So
Is
he
that right?
appreciated it as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna hit catch a ride with him next time.
Good deal. Good
Okay,
deal.
any questions from the committee? Okay, what is that? 17. Okay, number 17, okay.
I don't have a question, but I do want to say thank you for bringing this bill, sharing with us how lack of sleep can impact severe mental and physical impairments. This is huge, so thank you. And I understand that awareness, how critical that is. It's the first step in combating this disease of sleep,
Thank you.
chronic sleep.
Okay, thank you for that comment. Okay. Okay, number 5.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Dawson, regarding daylight savings time, don't you think that Georgia should have a law policy in place where we stop daylight savings time? This
Yeah.
would help this bill.
Yeah, great question. You know, I've been reading up about it. I'm not sure which way it should go, but even if they get rid of daylight savings time, that second week of March is going to be Sleep Health Awareness Week.
Okay, sir, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Representative Beckles, I think we passed a bill on a resolution a couple of years back about keeping it on daylight savings time, and we passed it on to Congress, and they hadn't acted on it yet, so
Yeah.
kind of waiting on them to act on behalf of our resolution. Okay, any other questions? Okay, number 16.
Yes, Mr.
Representative
Chair,
Griffin.
I have a statement, and I'd like to make a motion. I hope that this bill will help us during the last few weeks of the legislative session.
So true. They keep us up.
I
Yes.
move do pass.
Okay, Representative Griffin made a motion to pass, and we have a second by Representative Campbell. Any other comment? None? Okay, what is the pleasure of the committee? All in favor of passing House Bill 1167, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, off to rules.
Okay, thank y'all for your consideration. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing the bill. Okay, we got some other reps bringing bills. Okay, Representative Scott, come on up. I didn't see you. The post had you hid back there. Okay, Representative Scott, thank you for being here today. We have you with House Resolution 1111, is that correct?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, would you give us the LC number that you are working from?
LC 610280.
Okay, tell us
Thank you,
about.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Tell us about your resolution.
Okay, HR 1111, Georgia Critical Media Literacy and Polarization Reduction Act of 2026. This resolution was written by a senior in high school, Sloan Hudgens, who I met at Girls State in Valdosta over the summer, where a group of, say, about 250 girls go down to Valdosta State, and they be in a public policy for a week, and they have to write bills. And this is one of the pieces of legislation that I chose to introduce for her this year. And she did come to speak with you on last week, and you all should have received some information from her regarding this bill. But I present HR 111 a resolution encouraging bipartisan support for the Georgia Critical Media Literacy and Polarization Reduction Act of 2026. Colleagues, we're living in a time when political polarization has reached historic levels. Across our country, we're seeing increased hostility, division, and a breakdown in civil discourse. Our young people are not immune to this environment. In fact, they are immersed in it every single day through social media, digital platforms, and 24-hour news cycles. This resolution does not promote a political ideology. It promotes a skill set. Critical media literacy teaches students how to evaluate sources, distinguish facts from opinion, identify bias, and engage respectfully with differing viewpoints. It equips them to think, not what to think. This proposed curriculum will be nonpartisan and standard-based, developed in collaboration with the Georgia Department of Education and local school systems. It focuses on strengthening civic skills, encouraging respectful dialogue, and preparing students to be informed participants in our democracy. Whether our students live in rural Georgia or in urban communities, they are consuming media at unprecedented levels. If we do not teach them how to critically analyze what they see, hear, and share, we have them vulnerable to misinformation and manipulation. This resolution simply encourages bipartisan support for a thoughtful, transparent approach to teaching these essential skills in our public high schools. This is about strengthening civic discourse. This is about empowering students with critical thinking tools. And this is about protecting the integrity of our democratic process for future generations. And that is basically what the resolution is about.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for bringing it today. Any questions from the committee on House Resolution 1111? Seeing no questions, anybody speaking on the bill, Representative Scott, other than yourself?
No, she wasn't able to make it.
Okay.
In school.
Okay.
But she is online looking, though.
Well, I enjoyed meeting her the other day and speaking with her. That was, she kind of brought my attention to a lot of things. So she's a very smart young lady.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, what is the pleasure of the committee?
Mr. Chair, I move do pass.
Okay, Representative Griffin, do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Any other discussion on the bill? Or resolution, excuse me? Okay, what is the pleasure of the committee? All in favor of House Resolution 1111, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, off to rules. Thank you, Representative Scott, for bringing the resolution today. Okay, Representative Schofield, I'm gonna get them to move that big pole there in the middle of this room so I can see you back there. So I apologize, I didn't see you back there. Okay, you have House Resolution 1106, is that correct?
I do.
Okay, tell us what LC number you're working from.
520977.
520977, okay. Tell us about your resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. I'm here today to present House Resolution 1106, which urges statewide support for the Audiology Practice Modernization Act, simply by updating outdated standards that align with reference practices that are in the current federal standards. So You know, audiologies are trained professionals who diagnose and treat hearing loss and balance disorders. Hearing loss affects Georgians of all ages, from newborns to seniors, and more than 15% of Georgians live with some form of hearing impairment. So the resolution doesn't change the statute, it just really modernizes it. Because as we know, equipment, especially in the field of audiology, has evolved. Equipment standards have evolved, workforce models have evolved, and our statutes need to evolve as well. So it's basically really urging us to update the laws that are currently on the books that modernize the health standards that align with the federal standards.
Okay, so that's what this resolution is doing.
That's what it
bringing
does.
attention to the audiology issue of bringing up our code section to meet today's
That's
needs.
it. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. I have a hearing problem according to my wife. She says I have selective hearing, so I don't know.
I don't know about selective, but we might put that in there.
We might put that in there, okay.
I only hear, I don't hear as well as I used to either when it comes to traffic.
Right. Okay, committee members, we have House Resolution 1106. Any questions from the committee? Seeing none, what is the pleasure of the committee?
Okay, we got a quorum here now.
We do have a quorum.
Okay, I'll do it
Number
again.
16.
Thank you very much for the resolution. You know, you sit behind me, and sometimes y'all are talking to me because I have I do have one hearing aid. I do pass on this bill.
Okay, we have
Resolution.
a motion do pass on House Resolution 1106. Do I hear a second? We have a second. Okay, any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of House Resolution 1106, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, ayes have it. You're off the rules.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I
Thank
got
you so much.
Have a good day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the resolution. Okay, is Representative Billy Mitchell here? He was on the calendar today. I hadn't seen Billy. Okay, we'll roll Representative Mitchell's over till next week. So if you see him, we'll roll it over to next week. Okay, thank y'all very much for coming today. Appreciate it. Committee members, thank you for being here.